What up, everybody?
Yo,
Yo,
What's up?
What's
what's
up?
going
You?
on, people?
who's outside?
I don't know, man, that might be my fan. I don't know.
He's out in these streets.
Just keeping it real.
It ain't real.
That's what happens when you don't pay the rent, man.
Love this energy from everybody tonight.
When keeping
But
it real goes wrong.
before we get started, I just wanna say congratulations to Vinny. You get married over the
Yes.
weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Love you,
Congrats, brother.
Vinny.
Very, very happy for you, man. I know you're probably not watching, but congrats anyway.
Yeah. You don't like us, but we love you.
I've been in a relationship like that.
I think I'm still in one now.
Oh my God.
No, I
With
love you.
us?
I love
With
you.
us?
I love
Don't
you.
let
Yeah.
no, don't let my wife hear me say that. She's not home right now, so
So what
Yeah,
is it?
right.
What is our silence worth?
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it. Trust me, she definitely does not watch this show.
She's probably definitely heard worse. So, Ooh, excuse me. So, who's running this nonsense?
So
Somebody get to talking.
it's a hangout. I ain't really too much worried about it. What's up, Dante, Wes, Eric
Eric
in the
Z.
chat?
What's up, everybody?
So as
Uh,
everybody knows, we just had our big Botcon weekend over the past weekend. I want to see what you guys thought about it. How many? I don't know how often. Like, Logan, have you been to one of these before with us? Like one of these big meetups that we've done?
Yeah, I was at the one last year in Nashville.
Okay, yeah, I missed Nashville, so unfortunately. And Joe, is this your first one or no?
Oh no.
No,
Not 2019.
yeah.
2019.
Say Joe
I've
definitely
just
touched my
been
butt
more
in
vocal.
Nashville.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
he's talking about BotCon.
Oh,
It's your first-
BotCon.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
like no, I went to BotCon last year, but I also went to BotCon like 2002, 2003, or 3 and 4, something like that.
hmm
Yeah, he was definitely in Nashville.
Yeah.
My wife had
Mhm.
questions about the bruisings.
Yeah, the restraining order says so.
Yeah, I was not in
Wait,
Nashville.
what?
Well, now we know Derek's
Whoa,
paying
hold
attention.
up.
Now, now we know he's paying attention. Finally,
Let's talk about that for a second.
he was over there dusting
No,
his
no, I was
transformers
talking.
until you heard that.
I was talking about Ricky up here. He's talking about how I beat him. It's a joke. There's no restraining order.
Oh, wow.
Beating.
Okay.
Look, you never said pineapple.
That's it. Did you say snargle, fluger, floggum, floggum?
So, but no, I've been to BotCon before.
I definitely need to.
What's up?
Definitely should have taken Monday off.
I'm off
I
all week
definitely
next
took
week.
Monday off.
Yeah, I did too.
No,
I did too.
I didn't think I need it because I wasn't flying, but I was just dead on Monday.
Did you end up going back Saturday night?
Yeah, not too long after you left, I wound up calling
He's
a
like,
calling a Uber
he's like,
and
fuck
got
y'all,
home
I'm
in
out.
like 30 minutes, like
He said,
1:30 in the morning.
he said, this Uber cost me $40. I'm going home.
Yep.
He's like, tomorrow they'll be charging me $100. Yeah.
I'm off
I
all next
definitely I took Monday off because last year I learned from or it wasn't Nashville, it was like when we went up to Bobby's, my flight got in a little later than it was supposed to. It was delayed because of the weather, and I went to work the next day and I was dead on my feet. So I was like, well, just in case, I went ahead and swapped my work Monday for my off Thursday. So now I'm in the middle of a 5-day stretch, which is amazing. But I'm kind of glad I did. I'd hinted at it. I'll take a run at it real quick. My flight was supposed to leave 6:08 p.m. Sunday night from Newark. I walked up to my gate at 5:45, and I watched the plane as it backed away and took off. They decided they were going early.
Oh shit.
And
I've never heard that. I've never heard of that before.
yep. And I called them and they said, well, what time were you there? And it all started because of the Uber driver. Like, the Uber driver, like when we were pulling into the airport, like you see the signs telling you which gates to go or which terminal to go to. And I said, well, my flight was United. I was like, it says Terminal A. And she like didn't speak a lot of English. She's like, the app says C. Like she kept pointing at her phone. I'm like, that's cool, but the sign says A. And she, of course, took me to C because that's what the app told her to do. And I get out and I'm like, well, great. And I walk into C and there's a United thing right in front of me. I'm like, okay, well, maybe the signs haven't been changed. This is fine. So I check in, get my ticket, go all the way through security and all that nonsense. And I get done and I walk up to the first, airport personnel that I see. I go, okay, how do I get to this gate? They're like, well, what you do is you go down to the end of the hallway, you go downstairs and you go out that back door and there'll be a bus there that'll take you over to Terminal A. And I was like, motherfucker. So we go through all that, get into the bus, and we're sitting there. They're just waiting for, I guess, for it to fill up. And I'm watching. I finally get a text message, saying, hey, they're calling boarding for your flight. So I leaned out and I asked the lady, I was like, hey, do you know how long this is going to take? Because I need to get to my flight. And she's like, well, what time does your flight leave? And I'm like, well, they're already boarding. I just got the text message. She's like, okay, I'll tell the driver. And they just looked, we went. So we took off. I was already stressing because I like to be there early. But I still got there 25 minutes before it was supposed to be the flight going. And they were still already backing up. They pulled the gangway. And I found out that because they called like 2 or 3 times to load and nobody answered, they just took all the standby people and filled the plane up. So I'm stuck there in the airport and I'm like, what the fuck? So I go to the next person I see behind the desk and I talk to them. And I'm going to be 100%. That lady was super bitchy. Like she could not have, like if I'd been on fire, she wouldn't have pissed on me like bitchy about it. And I'm like, I'm not yelling, I'm not cussing. I'm like, hey, they took off a little early. I need to know what I need to do to get home. And she's like, just go do this app and like fuck off. And I'm like, okay. So I'm supposed to go use this app and call them. There's some QR code I had to scan to get to them and go to call them. And for some reason, the person on the other end, their phone call thing isn't working. So it ends up becoming a text message, like a messenger conversation between me and them. And they bumped me to the next flight. And she's like, I'm glad you got in here and talked to me because this next flight is the last flight out till tomorrow. And you'd have been stuck sitting here. So I'm like, okay, cool. Where do I need to go? I'd already paid for the upgrade. Are y'all going to honor that onto the new place? And she's like, yes, you're upgraded. You're fine. Everything's good. I need you to go all the way back to Terminal C. I'm like, fuck me. So now I have to go back out of Terminal A, back out outside, find the bus, get on it, go back to C. And when I tell you it was the furthest almost you could possibly go in this terminal, they go to gate 140, I believe was their top number, and mine was gate 138. And of course they drop you off at the other fucking end of the terminal. So I had to go the whole length of the terminal to get down to it. Got there, got on. Thank God this flight was almost empty. Like I always go on the emergency row because I'm a tall guy, so I like the leg room. And I sat down there. One of the captain on, I guess, a return flight was in the aisle next to me. One of the attendants was in another one, and then there was like a couple right behind me in the other emergency row. And I'm waiting. I'm like, man, this is gonna fill up. It's gonna be shitty. Nope, never did. I ended up having all 3 seats, man. I cocked sideways and like laid back against the wall for the whole flight, like. So got home super late, didn't get back to my house from the airport till 1:30 in the morning. And I was like, thank God I had swapped that day because I had to get up at 5 to go to work. And I'm like, I would not have wanted to do that. So I didn't have it as bad as Dakota had it. Like he got super screwed, but I was that was about as close as you can get without being screwed.
Close. Yeah.
So that was my fun little adventure in the Newark airport. Fuck that place. I next time I'm flying in LaGuardia, it can't be worse than Newark. Like that place was trash.
You do realize how far LaGuardia is from Jersey, right?
I don't have it. Oh, let's talk about
hour and a half.
Let's talk distances. Let's talk about my very first step into Newark, New Jersey, going from the airport to the hotel. Now I looked on I got in the cab and I look at their thing and it's 17 minutes, 12 miles. And my fucking rate was $75 to go that distance. Fuck them people. I will never catch a cab again for the rest of my goddamn life.
Oh, you took a cab? Oh,
Dude,
dude.
But the Uber had an hour and a half wait. And I remember my flight didn't come I didn't get in until midnight that night. So I was like, I'm not going to sit here for an hour and a half and wait for a fucking Uber. You know, I'll take a price hike a little. I was expecting to pay $30, but that motherfucker said $75. They had like a flat rate of $60, and that had a road tax, a toll tax. Didn't even go down a road with a toll on it. Like literally I saw on the highway where it said tolls and non-tolls. He went the non-toll route. They still charge me for tolls. I'm like, how the fuck does that work? It was crazy.
Because taxis are private contractors, and you know, with your Ubers, they're more corporate. So, yeah, I would have waited that hour, man. I'm saying because paying a taxi fare,
back to the hotel, man. Because you remember that Thursday, I worked. I didn't get off work till 5:30. My flight was at 7:30 in Orlando, so I had to run home, take a shower, get dressed, and fly ass down to Orlando to catch my flight. It didn't get in until almost midnight. I'm like, yeah, I'm not sitting here for another fucking hour after a 10-hour day on my feet in the kitchen, and no, thank you.
Yeah, because given nights, it's $12 to $15 just to sit in the cab, just to get in the cab and sit and let them know, and then you're off to the races, and then you know that charge adds up, and then them, you know.
I messaged Kara. I messaged Kara, and it would have been $99 for me just to rent a car for the weekend. I was like, I almost paid that just to go one fucking way out of the airport.
Yeah.
Next time I'm just renting a car. I'm not doing that shit.
There you go. Right. Damn. $75 to go from Newark.
That's how much I love you, motherfuckers. I rode 12 miles for $75 goddamn dollars. Like,
Rick. So, well, thanks.
Thanks, Ricky.
Thanks, Ricky.
Now, Ricky, if you remember properly, I offered you a way to get up here, and I would have driven you up.
But it was the ask gas or cash thing that kind of fucked me all up, because I was like, two of those are out, and the other option was just a no-go.
So for me, it's 15 miles between the two locations.
Jesus.
With 2 tolls.
Jesus.
And it costs me $53 to get home with 2 tolls. At 1:30 in the morning.
How he rubs this in. You feel like he rubs it in, Ricky. Yo,
dude, like he messaged, like he's like, "Hey guys, I'm home." I'm like, "Shut the fuck up!" Like I've smoked 1 cigarette since you've left. How the fuck are you already home?
Yeah, no like, traffic. It was a straight shot.
Scott, you ain't gotta ask, dude.
Shit out of my wife,
dude. Did she freak out?
Oh yeah, she freaked the fuck out. I didn't tell her I was coming.
Just walk.
Who lives the closest? Who was the closest? Was it Ralphie?
Ralphie, I think we're no. I think Ralphie's
definitely
closest.
Ralphie.
I think Ralphie's closest.
Ralphie's like 15 minutes from where we were at.
Yeah, Ralphie's definitely closest.
Yeah. I'm about 45 minutes away.
Okay. No bull. I would have did that too. I'm like 75.
The fact I'm on my way. Charge me 75 says exactly what I think about our friendship, Brink.
And how much did it cost you to get to the airport from the hotel on the way home?
$13.
Jeez.
But I took an Uber.
Yeah.
I took an Uber that time.
Man,
yeah, I think Abe lives pretty close also.
Yeah.
That's wild, man.
Yeah, it was
nice. So we got it.
Go ahead, Eric.
Oh no, I was just gonna say we got Logan in here. You know, he's new to the squad, and you know, welcome Logan.
Newish.
Newish. Yeah,
kind of.
Yeah, he's new to coming on. You know, live with us, and you know, it's cool to have you on, man.
Yeah, it's good to be on, guys. Sorry about the shitty quality. I'm on my phone. Next time I try to get it on the computer.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. You're fine. You're fine. So how was your?
He's coming on here all low
experience?
tech. Boot his ass. Bye, Logan.
How was your traveling? Logan, where'd you come from?
Okay. What was that again?
Where do you come from? Where'd you come from to get to Botcon?
So I came from Ohio.
Okay.
I met Crystal and Eric at their house, and we drove about 6.5 hours from there.
What's it like being stuck with Wolfie in a car for 6.5 hours? It's gotta be horrible.
A lot of Irish folk music.
Oh, wow. There it is.
That wasn't
So for
too
sure,
bad.
it's gonna be country.
Is that where you? Is that how you got home too? Same way.
Yeah, because I was like, since you guys are letting me come along, I can, whatever time you want to leave on Sunday is fine with me. But we actually got back before dark on Sunday, so that was nice. And yeah, they're great people, and I appreciate them having me along because I was gonna either drive myself or fly, and honestly, I didn't really want to do either option. But
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like to bust his balls, but Wolfie's a pretty cool dude.
yeah, he is. He is. They're both. I live by Eric's daily work Facebook posts, so
Oh, okay.
I
Oh,
yeah,
so
it's good.
you've witnessed firsthand his experience with the right wing conspiracy theorists. Oh wait,
Are
or is
you
it
the
you?
right wing?
Are you the
Are you that guy? Tell us what you think
No.
about Area 51.
Okay, so there's this base out in the desert. Okay,
No, don't do that. Anyway,
And a couple years ago, a bunch of you had a bright idea to storm Area 51. If you guys remember.
right.
And do
Hey,
TikTok
Sean,
videos, and that shit didn't happen.
that didn't happen.
All the way up until the military.
No, they just sit out there and just
Yeah.
court. Yeah.
It was only two people.
Did you know this is a military base and we have guns, right?
Mhm.
They turned it into a Pokemon gym.
Mm-mm.
I
Yeah,
did
that's
see
not
that
right.
video of that dude that did that run in the background of the news camera, and I thought it was absolutely fucking hysterical.
Mm-mm.
No, Logan was actually pretty cool. We hung out a good bit this last weekend. So
Yeah. He's a cool dude, man. I like to bust his chops. I said anybody in their 30s 12. So I asked him if he had a bedtime tonight. Like he had to fucking go to bed at a certain time.
I can't remember who
He
it
is
was. Someone
cool.
gave him a beer, and I was like, "Hey, can he have that?"
So
Did somebody ID
Axe-
him?
Dude, that was my first time.
so Logan had asked me to open a beer for him.
That's what it was.
And I opened it, and then when I went to hand it to him, I was like, "Wait a minute, are you old enough for this?" Like I had never met him before. I think it was the first time I actually ever really spoke. And immediately I was like, "I don't know, are you sure?" Like he was like, "Yes, I'm old enough." I said, "Okay, that's all you know." She said,
and then he
he
left.
said he was
and went
old
back-
enough.
Then he went back with the rest of his 6th grade class to the field trip, going to the Statue of Liberty for the day.
Hey, not my problem at that point.
Listen. I got lost. Okay, like really off track. So
I could have
Like I
sworn
said,
I got it.
they found me along the turnpike, and they felt bad. They decided to take me.
Joe, I just saw your name.
Just saw my name.
Oh, and Willie,
Chill,
if you
bro.
didn't know, alien abduction insurance is a real thing.
No, I think he's talking about how Congress was talking about it and shit like last week, and like
just,
it
you
didn't
know.
even blip on the news. Like nobody cared.
Ricky, did you ever get a CPAP?
I tried, man. That dude, like every time he'd see me, man, like he said like $2 million. I said 48. He said $2 million. I said 49. Like I was trying, man. He was not into haggling about that thing.
I needed to live.
My
Yeah, I
man
needed
Chin.
to live. I was like, I needed to live too, dude. I asked him if I could can I come by and just get a little puff off it before I went to bed? Like,
Nah, dude.
Yo, the
Yeah.
way Chris told that story, man, was
just beat
freaking
around.
hilarious, yo.
dude, I was comfortably numb. I remember the conversations, but I remember Chris falling over, like bending in half, like he was trying to do like a toe touch, like laughing his ass off because I asked if I could swing by and just get a hit before bed.
So that dude came by so many times, handed
Oh,
out
yeah.
the flyer and all that
So,
stuff.
so
Oh,
for
geez.
those of y'all that don't know him, his name is Andy Chin. That's
His
my
name
man
is not
Chin.
any of those things. His name is CPAP.
Yeah,
CPAP, nigga.
Nah, his
CPAP
name
Chin.
is fucking Sock Lord.
Sock Lord.
And
But
the way
yeah,
they were
man,
describing
dude
him
is
laying on the
cool as-
bed was not right. He was spread eagled. He had like
Yep.
his leg propped
Yep.
up, like his head on
Yeah.
his thing. Like
When I was there,
I was
he had
like-
a CPAP machine between his feet.
Yeah, we literally like when Chris found it, like it's like literally on that other bed there was a pile of Transformers, and he moved one of those 18 Tripticons, and all we saw was the hose sticking up, and like he's like, "What is that?" And I was like, "I think it's a CPAP hose." He goes, "I dare you to ask that guy how much he wants for this." And so I just picked it up. I was like, "I give you 40 for this, yo." He's like, the dude lost his shit, dude. Chris almost died. Oh man, good times.
Jason,
But that's not even my favorite. My one of my favorite things from the weekend is EE's name. Like that, like oh man, that whole breakfast.
I was getting ready to say that's got to be a breakfast reference.
Oh Jesus fucking Christ! Look, man.
That forced gratuity, he was so
Every
livid
look,
about that.
I got no problem ever going back there again. Going even staying in the same hotel, but I will never buy food there again.
I'm not going back to that motel.
Never buy food
I mean,
there again.
hotel.
Dude, this dude made that waiter come by and pour 4 cups of fucking coffee, and I'm like, I didn't know I didn't know you drink coffee like that. He's like, I've had coffee one time in my entire life, but if I gotta tip him, he's gonna fucking earn it. He made that dude pour 4 cups of coffee, just leave him on the table.
Wow.
So here's
the
my
restaurant at the hotel.
yeah.
Yeah.
So here's my problem with the whole breakfast thing, right? It is a self-serve buffet style breakfast, right? Fine, $10.
Turkey sausage. Ugh.
Whatever you serve, right? Whether it's good food, bad, it's self-serve buffet.
Mm.
There were 3 of us together, $10 each. That's $30. Fine, right? If it's self-serve, what the fuck are you charging me a tip for? What the fuck did you do?
Dude,
There's no one doing anything. It's the what the fuck was the tip for? I was like, what the fuck?
but he's
So the guy walks by, right, and we have these empty cups on our table. It's a big table. So I was like, "Can you fill these all, please?" And literally, I made him fill every single cup of coffee on the table. If I'm gonna pay for a tip for nothing, you're gonna have to do something.
now
Someone need to do some work around here.
Y'all are getting the full tilt EE because he's thinking about it now.
Yep.
But at the table, it was a slow build. Like it was funny as fuck. Like you could just see him getting mad at he why am I tipping this guy?
How much was the tip?
It was built in.
I don't remember. It was
was
like automatic gratuity. Like
It was just shy of
$3.
$4.
Yeah.
But like it was
something.
just his anger level. You could literally see it building. Like each time he would say something about it, his anger level would tick up a little bit more. So finally, he's like, you know what? Fill all these cups up. It was so funny.
Yeah, they were walking around collecting plates.
Nah, if you serve me my, if I got no problem paying the tip where it's warranted, but if I'm literally doing all this shit my fucking self, including going up, getting my own drinks, the fuck tip? What tip?
I got seated. My guy poured me a cup of coffee, gave me some silverware. Then he got the creamer that some other people were using and had left, filled it, topped it all.
They had like one bottle of
and gave it
ketchup.
to me. And I'm like, someone could have been drinking out of this damn thing. You're gonna give it to me. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the thing is, people didn't realize that the tip was already built in. The first day, some people were talking about like it's this, and there's a service charge, and you have to tip.
No.
And I'm like, and when I look at mine, I was like, the tip's already there. It says gratuity added or added gratuity or whatever. If they had a place for another tip, I was like, oh hell no.
Yeah.
I never saw that dude again.
Yeah. And they literally had one bottle of ketchup. Like there, I watched them go take it from other tables, just passing it around the people to get it.
It's the principle, Matt. I want you to go into McDonald's and they demand a tip from you. Let me know how you feel about that.
No, make it Dunkin' Donuts, he'll rage.
Nah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
but
what
here's
kind of
my
breakfast
thing.
did they have at the? It was
was
buffet, right?
Yeah, and
And it was that trash one, like you get at like the crazy
Yeah,
hotels, like where you like make like the pancakes were like
They
these
make
little
you
hard
make your
discs.
own waffles with the
No,
batter.
no, they didn't even have that. Where you
They were
make
like
your own waffles.
microwavable pancake discs. And
Yeah, they
they
were floppy
turkey
waffles.
sausage, and it was like undercooked bacon, and then just like cardboard eggs.
Oh, so you could have basically just went outside and played frisbee with them joints.
And
1000%.
it was probably the worst pancake I have ever had in my life.
I didn't even get it.
But I don't look. I never expect much from these hotel breakfasts when they do things like that.
But it's
And
usually included with
I've done
your-
a lot of traveling for work. Stayed at a lot of hotels, a lot of Hiltons. Usually where I would stay, and they'd have their free continental breakfast or even the $10 breakfast. It's never great stuff, right? But I've never seen this automatic tip nonsense for
It's not even the automatic
a
tip. They're
buffet.
having to pay for it. It wasn't even like a buffet. It was set up buffet style, but it was literally like 4 options. It's not like it was like a whole buffet. It was literally a continental breakfast that they charged you for and then put a gratuity on top of.
Yeah. So I mean, here's the thing: like, if you had
It's so
stayed
welcome,
at
man.
a like Hilton Inn, you'd have gotten the exact same breakfast for free. Maybe
Yep.
not as much fruit, or fresh fruit, but you would have gotten the exact same breakfast for
What are
free.
you having breakfast with?
That's true. But
Yeah,
here's the thing: without our $10 coupon, that would have been a $20 breakfast.
Exactly.
And I'm like, that is not.
Mm-hmm.
But
Then I might have really flipped my shit.
Dude, I want to next time if we end up there again, I'm gonna take your coupon and rip it up just so I can see you flip shit on the motherfucker.
And the dinner that we had the night before, they burnt the shit out of my fucking burger. Like, it was burnt. Like, you can taste the char burnt on it, and I was like, "Oh, this is not good." You know, so
I would say we went to that TikTok diner. That place.
TikTok was good. TikTok was TikTok.
We went to TikTok too. As a matter of fact, we were supposed to hang out with Eric B and Siobhan that night, and I came to the room and I straight crashed. The only thing I remember, I got up and I was just like, all right, let's let me call Eric and see what he's up to. And she was like, they already called. I said, well, what'd he say? They already left. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, we'll just see him when we get back there. I'm like, you hungry? And she's like, yeah, well, let's go get something. We, Ricky was telling us about TikTok when we was coming in. And I was just like, all right, well, let's just go there and just grab something to eat and then come back. And my legs was like sore.
That dude was trading his feet out, man.
Sore,
he was taking
man.
his feet off every day.
Feet and legs was like, yo, take your ass back to bed and just lay us up for the rest of the week. So, but the food there was actually pretty dope. They sat us in front of the they sat us in the corner. It was like that air conditioner just blowing down on you. And I was like, nah, we got to move a seat. And so they moved us over there where the desserts were.
Mm-hmm.
You see all the desserts and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, yeah, that's the perfect seat right here. But I didn't get one dessert. I was like, because I had that I had Greg and Eric's voice in my head. It was just like, no, sugar, no. You need you working out. You supposed to be getting healthy.
They could both shut the hell up because them desserts look good.
They did. It was like a top
the whole
right.
display. Yeah,
it was on the top right. It was a chocolate cake or something like that. Man, it looked so good. I wanted to.
He remembers the location of that chocolate cake.
Right. That's how good it looked. Because I can remember the exact location of it. I didn't get it.
The desserts
were
good.
Like,
I passed on it. I think it's funny that you're sitting there telling me that you had Eric's voice in your head. No. But did you ask him if he bought dessert or not? Because I could tell you that he did.
Got him.
Who? Eric B?
Oh yeah, he did. He told me he did.
Eric, look, on you, bro. Oh, 6 9 over here snitching on you, bro. You better get him.
Oh yeah, and now Eric B. Eric B. about to show up now.
But here's the funny
vacation
part. Now. Here's the funny part. You're talking about you guys are going to meet up with Eric and Siobhan to go to the TikTok diner.
No. We was going because they were going to New York to Times Square.
Oh, that was the Friday night.
I said, yo, I said, let me, and I told her, I was like, yo, I'm gonna go in here and rest for a minute, and then we'll be back down and we roll with y'all, and everything it did not go as planned. It was just like, yo.
So
maybe I'm jaded, for living in the city my whole life, but I don't get it.
No,
I don't get any.
It's tourist
to go, especially Times Square of all places in New York. Like it's just like,
I get it.
Here's the funny thing about when we went to TikTok. We rode with Eric and Siobhan back from the mall to the hotel.
Oh,
and they're like, we're gonna go get grub, and left.
Okay.
And we got out. And we get all the way up to the room, and we're there like 5 minutes. Eric's like, man, I'm kind of hungry, man. We should get something to eat in before we start drinking. And I'm like, cool, what do you want to do? Start looking around. We end up with TikTok Diner. We walk into we call Uber, get over there. We walk into this joint, and here's Eric and Siobhan walking out. I'm like, dude, we could have just rode with them. Just like saved it. Somebody just rode over here with them, man. It was crazy.
Nah, because they told when they came back, he told me where they went, and One of my favorite things I like to do when I go to Times Square is go to that M&M store and get me a bag of green M&Ms. Y'all heard that story and whatnot. So I like to go get that and then
You
just
don't
come
need
back.
that anymore. You got Vinny.
Vinny can't
No,
get me M&Ms.
we're not.
I
Look,
tried that
look,
already.
Vinny
Vinny-
didn't give me shit. I was
Vinny-
like the second person to congratulate him on that job. He's supposed to give me peanut M&Ms,
So-
and he brought you a whole fucking case, and I still ain't seen no.
So
M&Ms.
let me tell. I'm gonna make fun of Vinny real quick. Year ago, last year, me, Vinny, Dave go to the Met Yankee game at Citi Field, right?
Mhm.
He's like, I got a case of M&Ms for your wife. I'm like, bet, all right. He rode with a bunch of his old coworkers. They rent a big. Can you guys still hear me?
Now it
You
came
cut out
in.
for a
Sound like it
second.
cut out. It cut out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rode a big bus, right? We go to the game. He's like, all right, we're gonna get him after the game. We walk to the bus. Citi Field parking lot, baseball parking lot, massive, right? We walk all the way across the parking lot. We're all the way on like left side of Citi Field. Vinny is totally fucking lost. It's now 45 minutes walking through the parking lot for Vinny to then realize, oh shit, no, my car is all the way on the bus is all the way on the other side of the stadium. I was like, yeah, fuck you. I'm not walking back that way. To walk back this way. I'll get my M&Ms another time. My wife was not happy. She was expecting those M&Ms.
Yeah,
So
man.
when I came home with them on Saturday night, she was thrilled, and she's like, "You can taste the difference, because these are fresh from the factory."
They've been sitting on a shelf for 6 months.
She's like, it is so different than when you buy them at buy me a pack at the store.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay. All right.
yeah, there is a huge difference. If I were you, Derek, I would just start harassing
I
them.
asked him. I guess I'm going to have to harass him at this point.
Keep harassing them.
I want to jump in for one thing real quick because Eric is over in the chat squad talking, Eric D. And I want to give a shout out to all the Realm members and everybody that went out there and donated to Kennedy's Village. That thing turned out amazing. And I saw today that Botcon, the official site, retweeted or whatever that shit is. I'm old. I don't care about all that. They reposted the Kennedy Village post about the donations. And I thought that was really cool. In the description, Eric was talking about how their first year doing it. We almost matched their first year's numbers alone over the weekend. And I just want to shout out everybody in the realm that brought in something. I mean, I left mine here at the house, so we all scrambled to Toys R Us and went on a shopping spree and stuff, and at least grabbed stuff.
Did you use that coupon?
No, I already felt bad enough about forgetting the gift at home. But what I did do, because I'm kind of a sadist, and in my head this would be funny, but I also understand if they didn't. I bought the 4 turtles, like plushie turtles, and the Ninja Turtles. And I told Eric, I was like, look, you and Siobhan can do him and Siobhan were there. I was like, y'all can do this one of 2 ways. You can make one kid really happy, give them all 4 turtles, or you can give 1 turtle to 4 different kids and let them fight it out and see who gets all 4 of them. And then we all just have fun with this. So
I knew it.
My dude.
Aren't you on vacation?
Were your ears?
I heard somebody was talking junk. You know what I mean?
I wasn't talking junk. I just said don't let Eric tell you not to buy cake when I know he bought some himself.
Hey, 6ix9ine snitched on you, bro.
6ix9ine
snitched on you.
Aren't you on vacation right now?
No, I'm not on vacation.
I thought you were going, or did you go before Botcon Hawaii?
So why no, dude? That's picture from last year. I just put it back up with my family on it.
Yeah, no, but I thought you were going on vacation this year.
No, it's next year. I'm going back to Jamaica. On vacation. It's Jamaica. I'm going back. To Jamaica
that's the conversation we were talking about.
You love it.
Yeah. I'm going back to Jamaica next year. That was it. But I just kind of chime in and set the record straight. You know what I'm saying? I earned my strawberry cheesecake. You know what I'm saying? The boy had to get up for that 7 a.m. workout 2 days in a row. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Earned mine. You know what I mean? Holla at your boy. What up, Logan?
What's up, man?
You all right?
Dude.
But we were shouting out Kennedy's Village and how well
I was about to say, dude. Thank you
and
again,
all the rock
guys,
members that brought in. Yeah, do your thing, Eric. You go ahead and talk about it.
No, man. I mean, just real quick, I just want to thank everybody again for making such a tremendous dent in what we do for Toy Drive every year. This started some years back. I want to say about 4 years ago. And like I said on Monday night and Tuesday, we started off with just about 200 gifts for kids and split that between 2 hospitals. And now we brought back 167 toys plus another $100 in cash donations, man. So that's a substantial dent in what we do every year for these kids who are going to be in the hospital over the holidays. And I am definitely looking forward to going shopping for those kids. And again, thank you guys, man. It means a lot when you guys take a time out your busy day. And I know you guys got family, you got stuff going on. You're at a convention. Y'all went and bought. Some of y'all went and bought stuff ahead of time. A lot of y'all went and bought stuff while at the convention. So we appreciate it. It's near and dear to our heart. And it went out to the masses. Even my job did a write up on it. So it's been pretty awesome, man.
Yeah,
pretty darn awesome.
Glad to hear. Shout out to Toys R Us being right there in the mall.
Yo, shout out.
Yeah.
Like I put on your post, like I wish I lived closer so I could be part of the wrap party and do the whole Santa Claus thing for those kids, because it's the amount of love and happiness and joy you're gonna bring to these kids like all at one time is crazy, man. I know that feels good to do that.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be great, man.
I think we all just show up at Eric B's house.
I'm down for that. hey, I've seen the food they make in that house. I'm down just for the food, dude. That's worth the flight to me.
Anytime y'all in the area, hit your boy up, man. I don't mind whipping up something. You know
There's airplanes, bro. We could all be in the area real quick.
Well, I'll check flights. Let's see what we got.
Message me, Joe. Say less. We can road trip.
That's what's up. Yep. Yeah, man. The rap party is gonna be great. I'm looking forward to that. I think we got a location already for it. I just gotta kind of finalize it this weekend. But I think we got a location that's gonna be donated to us, which is great. So it's less overhead, less money taken out of the coffers that could be used for something else. So that's gonna be great, and we have a good time, man. Normally I cook. The last year, I ended up picking up sandwiches and pizza and stuff, just because of time constraints and stuff. But maybe I'll cook something up again this year, man. But they don't have brisket. They don't have freaking tacos, homemade taco burritos, and all that stuff, man. So I enjoy. It's my chance to say thank you with something that's near and dear to me. Like I love cooking. So it's twofold, man. To give back to the volunteers that help us out every year with the home cooked meal. But then also to wrap those gifts for those kids, man. And people show up and show out, man. Like they come to work and it's like, nah, I'll eat in a minute. I just got to get this done, or I'll take a break. And like we have to tell people, like, stop, go take a break, go eat.
Yeah, we'll
get this done, guys. We appreciate you, but man, like we're truly grateful and thankful to everybody who participates in this all year.
That's what's up,
man.
Yo.
So. Yeah, we were just shouting that out like right when you popped in. So that was just good timing, man. Serendipitous that you popped in right at the same time.
Yeah, man. Oh, and I heard your rant, man. I'm not mad at you, dude. I don't care.
I was laughing my ass off, dude. I wanted to throw a turkey sausage
for a tip on a buffet, and you ain't even bring me a plate.
Right.
Like you can't even bring me a clean plate and like, all right, here you go up to the buffet. Like, nah, bro. You got that 18%.
Yeah, that's right. The plates were up by the buffet. You had to get your own plate too, I think.
Dude, we didn't even eat down there. I was like, I'm not eating that food, bro. We went and got breakfast at a diner or something way out.
Should have went to IHOP. It was right near. There's an IHOP right near TikTok.
Yeah, we saw one. We saw one on the way back. Yeah.
I did see signs for it. Yeah,
it was in the
last time I had
the Best
IHOP,
Western.
We went for JD and Chan's wedding. And we went early in the morning, went to go eat before the wedding that day, and took the kids. They loved it because kids like sweet stuff, right? So pancakes is right up their alley. But the breakfast me and my wife ordered, it was no bueno. Like that food was just blah. I haven't eaten at IHOP since that, or before that, it was years. But even since that, now if it was a Waffle House,
I still like their.
Dude, if you'd ate one of these pancake frisbees they had at that Hilton, you'd think IHOP was the end all be all for shit, man. That shit was. I didn't even try to eat them. I think
that shit was like a cardboard disc.
It was like this fucking thin. It was too thick to be a crepe, but too thin to be a pancake. I don't know what the fuck that shit was, and it was like hard. Like you could tell they were like the microwave ones. Like it was crazy.
Yikes. That's rough, man.
The waffles were, about an inch and a half thick, and they still just.
That's what.
And I heard the waffles wasn't even an everyday thing. I heard it was like one day. And then they hit y'all with them Lego My Egos.
Not even. It was like the off-brand. It was like Bagos. It wasn't even real. It wasn't even real Egos, dude. It was messed up.
It's just gold. Like go. Just
It
go.
was messed up, dude.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, man, I'm gonna let y'all get to it, man. Don't let me hold y'all up.
No,
Love,
you gotta
love the
put
show.
things back on.
You're more than welcome to hang out tonight.
Yeah, no doubt, man. But I'm kind of enjoying being a spectator tonight. Y'all got me rolling.
All right.
So I'm
Hey,
gonna sit on the
love.
sidelines. But if y'all do a hangout, I'll hop back on a little later.
Hey, love to the
There'll
queen
be
and the
one at some point.
princesses, man. You got.
You
You know,
say what?
give love to the
Ricky?
queen and the two princesses.
Oh,
You know.
for sure, man. We'll
Yeah.
do. Will
Yeah.
do, man. Y'all keep me rolling, dog. Y'all have a good night.
All right,
And
brother.
before you leave, hold up, real quick. Before you
Yep.
leave, I want to give you your flowers real
I'll be
quick,
right back, guys.
and
Okay.
and let
Oh, you
everybody
leave when I'm
know.
getting my flowers. You get back here. No, I'm playing.
No. All right,
He
go
gonna get
ahead.
his pancakes.
Go
Okay.
ahead.
I'm
So,
playing.
I need everybody to know that Eric B pulled off the impossible what we were trying to do with that product reveal panel. I mean, we were trying to do something different in regards to what it was, and the way it was organized and everything at the last minute, and the way he just flowed through it without practice, and there was no prep time for Eric B on that joint. He just flowed with it, and because we was just like, all right, there it is, just flow right through it. And then there was a couple of times when things were coming up, I was like, oh shit, I forgot to tell him about that. Let me try to get his attention real quick. And then he just really just flowed through it, man. So Eric, thank you so much for
no problem, man.
for that. You teaming up with Kevin Bakiva that night, man.
Yeah, he
it was
did a
just
good job.
y'all knocked it out the park that night, man.
Man, thank you, dude. And
Yeah.
anytime, y'all know me, man. I'm a people person, but I ride for my people, man. And if my boy need me, I'm there. That's my bro right there. So, we're gonna make it happen whenever. So
Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate it. It was a good opportunity. I think we're getting better. Second year, and it looked more organized this year.
Yep.
We were really stirring in the first year, but
Oh,
we getting
man.
there. We getting there.
Dude,
It was awesome.
late shipments and
Yeah.
no,
At
we
least
was
we had
not
all the
having that
product
this year.
time. We had all the product. I
Yep.
was able to get my
Yep.
pictures done the day before, so that was great.
Yeah, we was.
Hey,
not
I was the
having that
light
this
man
year.
on some of them.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
All
Yeah,
I got
it
to
was
all
good
I got to say is hashtag alien tape. That's what I'm saying.
lifesaver, bro. Like RC had no neck. We had to
No
create a
neck, yo. When I first saw the pictures, I was like, hold up. I thought she didn't come with it. Oh, they must have found it. And I didn't know that y'all used that tape to put that neck together.
Yeah,
Yo.
man.
Dude, I like how one person was in there. Like, I don't know where I saw that. One of the groups or something. Somebody bitching about how the one arm was lower than the other, or some nonsense like that. I'm like, that shit held together by tape, spit, a prayer, and Eric's ability to pose a figure. Man, y'all need to shut the hell up.
Dude, like it's dude, that stuff, like almost all of the prototypes, the resin prototypes for the MMC stuff was broken. So that stuff had to be put together. Now I can't take credit for all of that. Like some of that stuff I fixed after the fact, but there was a guy literally sitting there with two-sided tape on his bare ass. Like it was no carpet on that ground. So he's sitting there, cheeks the floor, literally putting that stuff together, man. So my job was a little easier. I was able to pose the figures, get them together, put the accessories out, make it look somewhat organized, and then was able to get the pictures. And then occasionally I had to go back and fix some of the stuff because them lights got hot, so that tape was falling off in certain areas. But man, no one would ever know that, and that's always the goal, right? Like it's for when they're having the show, for nobody to know what's going on in the background, man. You'll never know it. And that's just a testament to the team that works behind the scenes on that stuff, man.
Yeah. And speaking of
Beansy,
posing,
they were like broken, dude. Like not holding together. They were spitting a prayer holding them things together.
It's a fact.
And I know you got to go, Eric, but speaking of posing, when he got there, at that point, I was like frantic because I was pissed because the panel room that we weren't supposed to have. That wasn't supposed to be the panel room. That was actually supposed to be the Botcon store after the customization class. The Botcon store ended up moving out, and then they made that the panel room because they couldn't get the conference room that we were supposed to get. So I'm just like beside myself, pissed. We got no platform to raise up the table so you can see the guests that are at the table. And I'm just like, I'm like grabbing and doing different things. I'm trying to get that giant ass Optimus Primal out the thing, and then along came Eric, and I was just like, yo, just the man I wanted to see, man. Speaking of poses, I needed, and I said, yo, if you can get these YOLO Park figures together for me, get them posed or whatever, so they can go in display case. Cool, I really appreciate it.
If anybody can bench press Optimus Primal, it's Eric B. Man.
Dude.
Listen,
Man.
Yep.
I'm not a Beast Wars fan, but
That
that
thing was
Optimus
gorgeous.
Primal was
Freaking hard, bro.
mind blowing. When I was talking to Hanny about it, and Hanny's like, "Here, let me show you something." He pulled me over, and then he turned. I didn't know about all the buttons, and he said, "Yeah, press this, and then here's the smoke, and then here's his chest, and you can see him breathing." And I was like, "Jesus Christ!"
And he was saying there's some kind of stand that they couldn't send because it was too big, but if you had it, you'd do like the chest beating thing and all that
there's
stuff.
a peg, definitely a port on the back of it.
But he said the stand is huge, like they didn't ship it.
They didn't
Well,
ship
yeah,
it.
because
They didn't
it
ship the
has to
stand
be
with it.
enough to hold that. That thing was at least 50 pounds, at least.
Jason P.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And then
Bridges, my God.
That's my dude.
Yeah, man. But yeah, Eric put them poses in. I went to go do something. I came back and the poses were done, and I covered them. I covered everything so nobody would mess with them and everything. And I was just like, yo, okay, nobody mess with this table until we get ready to go out in there and then, put everything together. And before we took them out there, I just took some pictures and whatnot because I thought we was going to use them in a thing. But they were like, nah, let's get them in the cases and then take pictures. And I was just like, all right, Handy,
So I'm gonna have to put a little. I'm gonna have to deflate the balloon a little. Put a little hate on Eric B. He's not allowed to pose figures again next year because he was like Michael Jordan in the Garden. You know he's making 60 points. This motherfucker was making Beast Wars figures look good, and I don't need that shit in my life. I don't need that. Let them be ugly donkey shit. So I don't want to buy them and collect them. He was making things look too good. In
that's my happy
Yeah.
place, man. I tell you, posing figures is like therapy,
Well, then you're only allowed to pose figures that aren't Beast Wars because I don't, unless you want to give me money to buy that shit, because I don't want to look at them and go, damn, those things actually do look nice. I might have to buy me one of those. No, it'll be Eric B's fault. I'm gonna put my wife on you.
What did you guys? I know we talked about the hotel and all that nonsense and the bad food.
We didn't talk about Joe's poop water.
What?
What?
I'm still waiting to hear about this one because I was trying to figure out the Joe Brown water name, and you
didn't see the picture that he posted?
That group message.
Are y'all in the Rock Party group?
Yes.
Yeah, that's where it's at. That picture is there. I don't know if I can upload it here or not.
I'm not going to go look at it.
He filled up a bottle of water from his tap, and that thing was doo-doo brown, bro.
That's
disgusting,
bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
You talking about from your sink or
from the hotel, from the sink at the hotel? Yeah,
in his room, like doo-doo water. No, thank you. It was boo-boo juice. It was nasty.
I believe you.
There you go. That came out of his sink in his bathroom, dude. No, thank you.
Look like somebody trying to go pass a piss test for their job.
It was like that in the morning, and that was the evening.
Tape it to your thigh, let it warm up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Joe, they won't get me this year.
This year, guys.
Yeah.
Stadium, buddy.
God,
the story I got was one of the water pumps on one of the lower floors went out, everything drained down, and then filled back up. But
now
that's their story.
Yeah, the story I got from Ralphie, because now Ralphie lives there and works for the city. He said like a week before the con, a main sewer had busted and blown back into the water lines. I was like, that's straight shit water you got coming out of your tap.
Well, if it would have been that, I think a lot more of us would have experienced it.
Yeah, well, there was no particles or anything floating in it, and then I ran the water for a while, it cleared up, nothing was floating in it. So I think
nothing was floating in it. That's fucking gross.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When I drink water, I prefer it to be fully 100% liquid.
Yeah, they do have filters on those taps coming out your sink. You could have caught all the little corns and all that stuff in there. You'd never know.
You
know what? That just
bro.
Just be fun.
That's why I always bring bottled water.
I'm not gross.
Any hotel we go to, I don't care if it's a 5-star hotel, we always bring bottled water with us. We
Me,
get the essential waters.
and Ricky, you was with us. No, it wasn't. No. It was me, EE, and Brammer. We went
Yeah, I wasn't with
to
y'all.
Sam's Club and Walmart and got water.
Oh,
Cases
okay.
of
Yeah.
water.
Yep.
Had a case of water in the room. Like we were sipping on water all weekend.
Yeah.
And when he got ready to
Yeah.
leave, he's like, "Go give it to Brink."
9 times out of 10, your hotel is going to come with a refrigerator in it all the time.
Mhm.
So get that
Yeah.
water. We always bring water with us, the essential water, and just stock it. And we
But
have it
going
the
back
entire time.
real quick to breakfast, the Botcon in Nashville, that breakfast was slamming, bro. That was some good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know it was a new hotel, but like their whole kitchen was banging. So like you were getting like waffles was coming right off of the griddle. The eggs, you know they were fresh. Like it was good stuff down there, man.
But it was a 5-star hotel though. This Hilton was barely 2.
Man, this might have been negative numbers.
I mean, but
Like,
let's be
ain't gonna
fair.
give
Give
this
the
might have been negative.
Hilton like that was a brand new hotel, is what it was. Give it another 3 years, it ain't gonna be.
Oh God,
dude, that's gross.
Yeah, that's gross. And
look, the
and I'm
water
a Hilton
matches
Honors
his
member.
wristband. Look, the
Yep,
water
so-
matches his wristband. It's like a match.
So that's me too. That's the morning.
That was
I
after
think I was
the
fine.
next.
Your sink looked totally different than the one I.
Yeah,
Dude, there was
my
3
mine
rooms.
different too.
I was in 3 different rooms. So my room was like this. Yeah, there's 3 different room types. So the room I was in, kind of the same size as your standard hotel room. 2 queen beds, blah blah blah. Good size.
What floor were you on?
12.
Wow, really? Okay.
Yeah. And then
I was on 8.
What was it? Brink and Jose, their room, and mine was done in like dark woods and dark colors. Brink's and Jose's was
it was like a
very
brighter
white, very light
Yeah.
colored. Had that.
We're on the same floor.
Yeah, they were right across
same
the hall
same
from me and Eric.
They were literally right across
Like,
from
you
us.
walk
Their
out our door, you knock
and
on
our
their
door.
Yeah. So, but much smaller room, almost like a studio.
Mm-hmm.
And then what was it? Jason P and I went up to Diecast's room, and his room was completely different. Like his is, decorated different furniture. So at least 3 different room types in that hotel.
Well, there's a
Before
4th
the
one
damn
too, because
thing.
like Jan and Shady had that tucked around a corner one. Like they said,
Yo,
when you
we're not
walk
gonna
in
let
the
you get
room,
away with calling them Jan and Shady though. We're
I
not
said-
gonna do that. We
I
not
said
doing-
Chan and JD. My
No,
team might
you
have broke
said
up.
Jan and
No.
Shady, bro.
No,
Rewind
you
the
need to get
tape.
that. You
The
need to get that.
Jameson was on
You
you
need to
today,
get.
huh?
You need to get
All
that
right, we're
cum
gonna-
drip out your ear.
We're gonna
with
catch
your
that on the
Apple
replay.
iPhone. So Chan and JD had that little corner one where like the bathroom was like a 45-degree angle off of the door when you walked into it, and you had to like walk outwards and cut back in to get to the room. It was, like they had a weird corner room. It was weird.
That's how Derek's room was. They
Yeah.
had it was sweet.
Y'all had that
boy.
wild room too?
Deluxe.
Yeah,
What
King.
floor were you on? I'm curious.
We were on floor 8.
Well, I'm asking. I want to know what floor Deluxe was on. So
He said his
what
toilet
I'm
ran the whole time.
what I'm starting to notice is the lower floors seem to have been in worse shape than the higher floors.
It's like
I'm
they're starting
wondering-
fixing them on the
I'm
top
wondering
now.
if like they're renovating the rooms and they're just going down, down, like
Wow.
Dust had the initials carved into his headboard.
That shit was wild,
That was
dude.
wild,
That
bro.
shit
He
was
sent the
wild.
picture of that. The initials were what? SB or something like
No,
that?
SP. So
SP.
Jason P over here in the chat. His wife's initials are in the headboard. So I think they had a conversation.
Yeah,
about
see,
that.
that's
Yo.
so Deluxe said he was on 11. So yeah.
And then the thing too is ours was one of the renovated ones. The tiles in the shower were like they were like in a wave. Like it wasn't like they didn't lay them in right. And they're definitely working their way down because remember that guy that kept getting in the elevator with us, EE, he was working on the other rooms, like upgrading.
Okay. Nice.
So
At least they're making improvements, man.
So funny story. Ricky goes down one morning. Ricky goes down for coffee. Right. I'm lying in the bed. Brammer's on the air mattress against the wall, so you can't see him sleeping there, right? The hotel what do you call it?
cleanup
Maintenance
lady?
came in the room, and she's working in the bathroom, right? And I'm like, the fuck? Like, does she not know we're in here? So I sit up, right? Then she comes walking, and then she saw me sitting there on the bed, and she freaked the fuck out. She was like, "Oh my god, I didn't know you were in here." And
We had
I
to do
didn't
that
say a
the first
word.
time,
I was
man.
just looking at her like, I'm kind of like chuckling, and she like I don't know if I think she was afraid that I was gonna like rat her out, like say something, like, look, I like she got. I think
She
she
had
was
to do
more
her job.
scared.
It was no
Yeah,
issue.
like it was, I mean, you should have checked to see if someone was sleeping,
Yeah.
because I was on the bed. I know you wouldn't have seen Brammer lying on the floor in the corner, but I was lying on my bed. If you would have just walked in the room to make sure, but
the biggest catch,
it's no big deal.
we had the do not disturb sign
No,
on
no,
us
no.
the
That was
whole
the first
time.
morning. We didn't have. It wasn't on.
Oh,
It wasn't
okay.
on that morning.
He over there looking like the Conjuring in the dark.
No, it was the morning. It was,
That white ass room. That
you know,
room was bright as fuck, dude. Like
Oh
the
shit! I had some
I
great
found it
blackout
funny.
curtains on our floor, bro.
I found it funny. It was just like, I didn't mean to scare you. Don't worry, I ain't gonna rat you out.
That's hilarious.
It's a simple mistake.
What's
just,
it worth to you for me not
it
to tell
moving.
your boss you walked into my room while I was
Stop.
Hey, you relax. That's
Stop.
how the movies get started.
cash? I ain't talking about delivering pizza. I was talking about cash, man.
Was there any electric issues? Did
No.
anybody have any electronic
New York,
issues?
We didn't.
Like, I think our
Ricky
room was
does.
fine. Like, I had no complaints. It was clean. Everything's, there was no electrical issues. Like I said, I think they're renovating the hotel top to bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
for the
one
most
of my
part, our room
lamps
was
kept
fine, bro.
flickering like constantly, so I was like, it's probably the bulbs. I just unplugged it and said to hell with it.
Oh, okay.
So now the first morning, the housekeeper was like, "Do you need anything?" I'm like, "No, I'm good." Like, "You don't want us to service your room?" I'm like, "No, I'm good." "Are you sure?" Like, she was very insistent on coming in and cleaning my room. I'm like, "No, it's just me. I'm a clean person. You're good." But
I'm a clean person.
Jason P over here, yeah, he was counting his cookies because the cleaning staff was stealing his chocolate chip cookies.
Yikes!
Stop.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yo.
He licked them.
Well,
Or were you just drunk and not able to keep count?
Yo, the
Sean had
cleanup
a-
people were awesome, man. We told them the first day they didn't have to because we had just really kind of got there. So the next, that one night it was no problem, but the next night we was like, all right, we need a few more towels and yada, yada,
Yeah,
yada.
that was it. We just needed towels.
Who was it using washcloths to wash themselves? Who was that?
I mean, you should use a
Pinkerton?
you
washcloth.
should
I
use
brought
a
my
washcloth.
own. I
No,
brought
the
my
hand
own.
towel?
I mean, like
The hand towel?
I'm sorry, it was a hand towel. I was using hand towels because they didn't have any washcloths or something.
Joe, what you got in that
Hey,
bottle?
yo, Joe, this is about to turn into a whole other show. I was like,
Wow.
you're supposed to use. That's what they call That's why they call washcloths.
Ricky,
Because
J,
you're supposed
Joe,
to
some of your
wash
Jameson?
yourself with them.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I meant hand towels.
I gave
Like they use
Jose
hand
the
towels
last
or
of my
something like that.
Jameson.
Oh,
Jose
yeah, I know
drank
you
it on
finished it Monday night.
Yeah, but that was, by the way, that was bottle number 4 for the weekend.
Yeah,
Was
I
that
was,
one that Jose
I was
took?
going through them, boys.
Yeah.
I surprisingly didn't. I drank a bit on Thursday. A little bit more Friday. I barely drank Saturday. I had like maybe one drink. That was it. I didn't drink much Saturday night. I know we beat the hotel to death and all that. What did you guys think of the actual con itself, though?
I
I
enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Like Derek didn't really get a chance to enjoy it. Derek was having to beat them feet
Derek was
and
working.
talk all day long. He was working. Oh, working man, right there.
Yeah.
But
I mean, look. First
I
of
like the
all, shout
openness
out
of
to
it.
everybody that helped out with the. I know Hanny got a lot of praise for the con and everything, but behind the brains, there's the brawn where it comes to the staff of everybody that worked that convention. All the way from people at the registration to everybody working in the backgrounds to people, the volunteers that took care of the talent, and the couple of guys that were making sure the vendors were cool and all that type of stuff. So, I mean, shout out to all of them, Myra, Crystal, Tony.
I was what Tony. See, I was right, Eric. See, because I was like his brother. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's Tony. It might be Tommy. Like I knew I was like
Tony.
right
I
in the
call him
pocket, man.
tall Tony.
Okay, I knew I was
He's the
right.
tallest out of all of them.
Yeah.
And Tony was
And
the
he's
one
still
that
half
was
a
going
midget.
back and forth to the airport to pick up
He
voice
everybody,
actors and
yeah.
whatnot.
Yep.
And
constantly.
shout out to him. Shout out to Justin. Shout out to Dakota and Jesse for doing all the social media.
Yeah, man. Big shout
making
out
sure
to
that
them.
Facebook and Instagram was taken care of.
Brink,
Shout
you
out
should
to
pop out real quick. Brink, you should pop on and tell them about your liquor store story.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that
It was
was like,
wild.
dude, Jesse and Dakota. As soon as something got posted, they were on it like quick, or something was going on. That stuff went up quick, man. That's not easy to do,
Like
like in
Man.
real
Dakota was
time.
walking the floor, like looking at stuff, and as
Yeah.
soon as he was getting messages, like I think Miss Shawn was hitting him with like the links and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Like he was popping them, like boom, boom, while walking.
You know,
He
we
just
would do
stepped to the
stuff
side
in the
and do it.
panel, and then we're trying to send it to him so he can post up. And a lot of that stuff we didn't get to post up till the end of the give it to him until the end of the day, so he can post the next day. Because we were just, you know, we were just back to back to back to back, and you know, we just had to keep rolling with the next thing. You know, panels was, you know, either running behind or, you know, running ahead, depending on which panel it was. And, you know, and shout out to everybody that I reached out to be on these panels, man. Yo, Robbie Musso did the first one. And man, if I'm telling you, that was the funniest panel. Because, you know, we gave away prizes in each of the panels that we did. And, you know, everybody had to have a ticket, you know, when you came into the door. Everybody was eligible. You didn't have to do anything special. All you had to do was come to the panel. So you got a ticket. And, you know, at the end of Robbie's panel, Robbie Musso is one of the artists that was in Artist Alley. Digital Divine Circus is his line of artwork that he does. So at the end of his panel, he drew the ticket, and he drew it and then was reading it with letters and numbers. I'm like, why has he got letters
Spell
and
out
numbers?
ticket.
No, he didn't spell ticket. He was reading the ticket upside down. So some of the numbers look like letters. And I was like,
Man, flip it over. Just flip it over.
and then I went over to him. I said, and I flipped it over. I say, read it
That's
down.
funny.
Yo,
That's funny.
that was the. I was
I'm
like,
gonna
I
let you know a
hope
secret.
somebody got that on tape.
Knowing
Man.
Derek don't help you win raffles, because this fool would call the number right before or right after mine every damn time. Like
Hey, Rick.
That's how you.
every time.
Hey, listen. That's how you know they weren't biased.
Hey,
Except for
yo.
one time. Except for one
Winner,
time. he
winner.
called me.
Yeah.
Winner,
And
winner,
I'm about to, you know, I'm about to put you on.
You already
put
know my
on, Ricky.
response to that, so you feel free to fire off. I gotta fire.
Okay,
back.
no, I'm about to tell everybody right now. So Ricky actually won one of the last
CD.
panel, the Botcon
One-
panel.
Yeah, the CD.
And he won one of the CDs. You know, Jim, who does the music, he remixed the Transformers the
Jim
music,
S.
the movie. Yeah, he donated CDs to that to the last couple of panels, and was like, "Yeah, y'all can you can give these away." You know, I'd be honored, and it was an honor to get them from him because, you know, the dude, the music is good. So
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Ricky won one of those CDs. And I was just like, and then it came time to take pictures and everything, right? And I was just like, you know, everybody come in and take a picture. And he gave his CD to the guy with the special needs. His son had special needs.
Oh
He was in a wheelchair.
yeah. That was nice of you, bro.
Yeah, he gave it to him. And I was just like, I said, Ricky, he got one already.
No, he
was
didn't.
like-
He won the YOLO Park figure. He didn't have the CD.
Okay.
Yeah,
But he was
didn't have the
like,
CD.
yeah,
He
I'm
had
just
the
give it
YOLO
to
Park
him
thing.
because he didn't want to. Ricky didn't want to take the picture. That's
No, it's
basically
not that at all.
what
It's like it was two things. It was twofold. In all honesty, I can be honest with you. Two things. One, that kid was super excited to be there.
He was the whole weekend.
For
Yeah.
y'all who know my wife, that is literally her job. She has a master's degree in ESE. That's what she does for a living. And so I have a soft spot for that.
Yeah.
And always being there for kids. And he was super excited on everything.
He was.
And what I loved was at no point in time did I ever catch anybody side-eyeing
bitching
the
about
kid
right,
at all.
and, you know,
which is important because in
Yeah.
the environment that we were in, I was looking for somebody to say something because I would
And
act the
I
donkey
was
in front of
too.
everybody.
because his father was like, I don't mean to cut you off, Rick. I'm so
No, you're
sorry.
good. You're good. You're
But
good. You're good,
his father, he came to the first couple of panels. He was like, and then I saw him getting ready. I was getting ready to start another one. He was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna just keep him out here because I don't want anybody."
No, the
I
hell
said,
you don't. You keep
nah.
him right
Yeah,
in
no,
here.
he was good.
So
He
no,
was
you
good.
come on in here. You know, he's having a good time. You know, this is, we're not. No one's bothered by that. You know.
Yeah.
And if
yeah.
someone says something about it, I'll address
I wish
it.
they
So,
would. I wish
you
they
know,
would.
you let him come in here, and as
He
a
and his
matter of
son
fact,
were in front of me during the Realm panel because I was doing the
You were in the back.
donation
Back-
bench.
yeah.
I was in the back,
Mhm.
and he was definitely excited, man. You can see him, and
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't even realize that he knew who these people were, but just that, you know,
Mhm.
when you guys were talking and everything, it was
You
pretty
can feel his
awesome.
energy amped
Yeah,
differently.
Yeah.
So that was number one. Number two was, and shout out to Hanny again, cool dude, love that dude. He had the ROC like integrated into so much of that.
Yeah, that was
And I
crazy.
kind of feel like it's awkward for me to win something because I'm on an ROC podcast. I feel like if you work here, you're an eligible type thing. So in my head, it was
Yeah.
like, okay, I really shouldn't take something from up here. And it made it easier that kid and his father were there, and they'd been being super cool, and he was super excited about it. Because if not, I would have just passed it to somebody next to me or something.
You know,
Mm.
that's a great point.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Well,
Nope, you out of here, Eric. You gone. Don't come in here and tell me I can't win
well,
shit.
I know what it is. If you notice, he was in his OnlyFans pose. He was down the bed, had the arm up like this. And then I guess our credit card finally got declined.
You know,
Y'all
our nickel,
stupid.
that's that.
you know how you can tell that Eric don't work out really hard. He still got his armpit hair in there because when they work out hard, man, you gotta shave all that out. So don't get chafing.
There you go.
Oh, we
Oh,
were
there
talking
we go.
about how much loved you and missed you, Eric.
Hold up, we're getting an echo.
Yeah.
That's Eric coming through.
Yeah, I used to.
But
His Apple phone.
But with the with those raffles, the CD, I know Jason's like, what the hell is a CD?
It had nothing to do with a cool or not cool, man. It really is like that's one thing we all do is we get that moment with our kids, and y'all know how I am about my kids. And I was missing my kids something, you know, pretty damn fierce that weekend, and them not being able to be involved in it. It was nice to see him there with his kid, and the kid was super into everything.
And that's what makes you feel good is when you're like, you know, like we all had that excitement when we were growing up in a different way. But, you know, now it's like it's kind of cool to see that kind of excitement in someone else.
Yeah. That story, Hanny's story about the ranch, that shit had me like to the point when he told me that
Scott McNeil.
he took me to the side and told me that story early in the weekend. And every time I would bring people over to meet him, I'm like, hey, tell them about the ranch story. Like I was telling him, tell them, like Sony and Sanjay were like, they're like, dude, you know Hanny, right? And I'm like, yeah. They're like, I think we saw him, but we're not sure. Like they'd never met him. I'm like, y'all just want to meet him? I mean, I can take you over there and introduce you to him. And he's like, they're like, which one is he? And I'm like, he's that guy standing right there. And they're like, oh, we thought it was him, but we weren't sure if it was that guy over there. Like, do you want to go meet him? And they're like, yeah, sure. So I walk him over. And as soon as I said, and that's one thing I give Hanny, that dude's memory of individual people is astounding to see. The first time he met me in Nashville, as soon as Chris was like, hey, this is Ricky, he went, Ricky B, the one with the brother in Baltimore? Like he knew my story like that on top of his head. This year I walked in there, and not only did he know my actual, because I finally put my government name on Facebook, not only did he know it, he pronounced it correctly. Nobody ever pronounces it correctly. I walked in, I'm like, what's up, Hanny? He's like, hey, Mr. McGinley. I'm like, how did you know how to say my name? Nobody gets that right, ever. I'm like,
Hanny's a solid dude.
Like his recall and stuff, and Myra's too, and even Tony's. Like Tony was hanging out and chilling with us and stuff. Like his recalls are nuts. But like taking him over, and as soon as I'd introduced him, you know, this is Sanjay, and he went, oh, the one from the custom group and TM reviews. Like he knew who the hell they were as soon as I said their names. And I was like, and they talked for a minute, you know, they got past that bashful just meeting a moment. And before I walked away, I'm like, Hanny, I'm going to run over here real quick. I was like, why you got them? Tell them the ranch story. Like I was just all weekend long. I was just telling them to tell people that ranch story because that shit is wild to me.
Yeah.
Well, what is it?
So you want to tell it, Ricky, or?
I mean, I can. It's up to you.
Go ahead. You talking about Scott McNeil, Scott McNeil story, right? Yeah, go ahead. Go for it.
So like Scott McNeil, who voices like Jetfire and what was it, Dinobot and like a bunch of stuff, like a bunch. He's a voice actor. And Rat Trap. Yeah, he's a voice actor. Cool dude. We ended up, side story, we ended up drinking and partying with him all weekend back at the hotel. Like he was hanging out all weekend. Well, Hanny said that it was after Friday. I think it was Friday. it was Friday night. I think he got hit with it, like midnight or some nonsense. This dude needed smokes and wanted a drink, and Haney is very like. He's very good about taking care of the talent and making sure they're taking care of stuff. So this dude, after the zero sleep, like popped up, took the guy out to get cigarettes, and then took him to a bar. And I guess they're drinking and stuff, and then it starts going. And he goes to he's eating chicken wings, and he said, I passed him across the ranch. And he's like, well, what's that for? He's like, you dip your chicken wings in it. He's like, well, what is it? He's like, it's ranch. He's like, I've never had it in my life. Like, he's never had ranch. And this dude's grown-ass man, never had ranch dressing in his life. And so he starts trying it, and I guess he really liked it. And he said by the end of the night, this dude was taking the little cups and just drinking the ranch. Like, it was just drinking, bypassing the food part, just drinking the ranch. And I'm like, that is the nuttiest shit I've ever heard in my life.
Yo, so let me cap that story with this one. So we give gifts to all of the guests that come out and everything, right? They went and bought the biggest large bottle of ranch dressing that they could find. And they wrapped it in a bow and then gave him some other stuff with it. But he just took the ranch and he was like, this is all I need, right?
That shit's awesome. That dude was so cool, man. Like,
man,
cool,
Scott was that dude, man. But
when I gotta step away for a minute real quick. When I come back, remind me about trying to toss him out of the rock party, and I'll tell you that story.
Okay. All right. So Scott McNeil is, he's definitely a character. He hasn't been at conventions. I think the last convention he was at was, I want to say 2015, maybe 2013, something like that. So he's been out of the convention scene for a while. So he gets back in with us, and we having conversations with him to let him know, what to do, what not to do, and all that. But he's a pro. He knows. I'm like, I said, dude, this thing ain't really changed since the last time you really done it. It's just a bunch of kids here, and it's just have fun and all that good stuff. So sometimes you forget, and if you're not paying attention, you don't see kids around you. So when you're talking, sometimes you feel like you're just in a room full of adults, and it was just like he was dropping F-bombs and saying shit, shit, the shit words and all that. And look, I'm doing it now, and we're not monetized, so we say all that shit all we want. But but he had to basically, sometimes he would catch himself, but sometimes he wasn't. But at the same time, it was cool because nobody really cared. So it was just like, okay, well, they just enjoying the fact that he's talking, he's doing his thing, and everybody just had a great time with him. But man, when I tell you Scott McNeil is one of the coolest dudes you could ever hang out with, that's on that tier of being famous in regards to what we do. Man, right next to Gary Chalk, man, because I can talk to Gary Chalk all night long. Gary Chalk is a wonderful person to be around too. So
yeah, he came up to us on Thursday and just hung out like in the hotel lobby and just hung out until they went out to get something to eat. Right.
And see,
he's just low key.
Right. All of them are like that. David K. last year, I think he wanted to. I'm not gonna make excuses for the dude, but I think he wanted to. But it was just like I guess he had a bit of discomfort with just hanging around folks. But yeah, it was so different this year with the cast, with everybody that was there this year. Venus, Miss Sue, Sue was absolutely cool too, and her partner. And then the cyberverse panel, man, they were just great. Hey, look who it is.
What's up, man?
Hey, what's your name again? No, I was kidding.
Logan done grew a beard.
I know, right? Oh, welcome, man.
What's up, man? How you guys doing?
Hey, man, we're doing all right, man. We in here chilling. you know, talking about Botcon. You know,
I'm still hurt. I wasn't able to
I
make it,
know,
man. I
man.
really
Shoot,
am.
you was hurt, man. I was hurt that you couldn't make it. All right, yeah, man. But
So this dude,
for
this dude
everybody
right
that
here. Go ahead, Derek.
go, Joe, go.
I was gonna say, so 2019 is when I kind of officially got in with the realm, and this dude right here is who I hung around with almost the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
My condolences.
I love you too, EE. I really do.
Yo. But let me finish this up real quick. But I mean, every last actor that I've ever interacted with, but whether it's been this con, TF con, any of the cons that I've been to, man, they've been genuinely cool, and you can feel how you can actually feel the vibe from them, how cool they are and all that good stuff, man. But yeah, it was just a genuinely good time the entire weekend. But I wanted to get back to shouting out all the staff that were there. We had a lot of people wrapped around this whole event, and a lot of people put their sweat, their guts, and their tears into trying to make this thing be as successful as it was, and the main thing that we wanted everyone to get out of it was to have a good time and don't feel like you gotta pick where you want to go as far as conventions or anything. You go to any convention you want. We're for it. We want you to just go where go where you want it and go where you're gonna have fun. And because it's not just the toys. I know Dust talks about this all the time. It's not just about the toys. It's not about the venue itself. It's about the people. It's about getting the people together, because it's like we talk to each other online all the time, just like we're doing right now. We talk to each other like this all the time, but it's nothing like being there with the people that you like being around the most, man. And that's the biggest thing about going to every last one of these conventions. Get together and have fun. Hanny basically, you know, encompensated that with Botcon. It was just like, it wasn't even about just the venue. It's just about getting everybody together and having fun and, just doing different things and just, really, really just, embracing the fact that, we just want to hang around each other, even if we didn't have a Botcon, we just want to just be around each other and just have fun, have a few laughs, drinks, eat good. And, the toys got us there, but at least we're there. And for everyone that wasn't able to make it, man, I'm telling you, hopefully you'll be able to get it done next year, and we get to do this all over again. But we're gonna have plenty of other places to be and go as the time goes on. Big shout out to, like I said, everyone that participated in the panels, who I reached out to and was like, yo, you want to be part of this? They were like, yeah. And I didn't get any hesitation from anybody. It was just like, yo, we just want to do it. Big shout out to Chris, because I was like, yo, let's do something for the round. Let's do a Saturday thing with him. And he was like, all right, we'll get something together. I don't know what we're gonna do yet, but we'll get something together. And that panel right there, man, I'm telling you, when I tell you my heart was full of pride when it came to that panel right there, man. My heart was full on that panel, man. It was just like, yo, I can't believe we here. We got this going on now, man. It's just like, yo, whatever fun and whatever we can get it done in this one, let's get it done. The YouTubers panel, when I reached out to those guys and was like, Deluxe, man, I can't thank you. Deluxe actually bought a ticket to come to Botcon anyway. And I was just like, yo, you want to be on the panel, man? And you didn't have to go. He said, no, man, I want to support Botcon. He was, he wanted to support it that much. And
hey,
I told him, I said, yo,
that's one of my favorite things. I love
yeah.
Hey,
And I was like, yeah, man, hey, we'll take care of you, man. Just come on through. Him, Deluxe came through, and I'm guessing Deluxe had a great time at the panel too. At least I hope you did, Deluxe, man. And I can't thank you enough for your participation in that.
Okay, can I say something real quick on that panel?
Hold on, just a couple more people.
Don't move past
Sony.
that panel.
Okay, the YouTubers panel.
Yeah.
Okay. So Sony came out. Sony had a wedding that he had planned on going to that weekend.
Guy. He did go,
and he was just like, nah. He was like, Derek, I'm definitely gonna be there. Just I'm working out those plans now. He had to work that shit out with his wife, man. I don't know how that went, but God bless him, man. He made it. He really made that happen.
Let me tell you how he messed up. His wife gave him permission to not go to the wedding, and he still went.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But see, that's how that works. Man. When you got a spouse that supports what you do, man, all this stuff is made possible. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, shout out to and I gave flowers to our spouses out there, especially mine, because I couldn't have done none of this without her.
She was working
Sean
her ass
came
off
in
over
like
there.
a champ.
I tried to talk to her. She's like, I'm busy.
Yeah, because Sean came in like a champ. And let me tell you what, just real quick, I want to tell you what she did. Sean's profession, she's a marketing executive. And within the last 2 months, Hanny asked her to come in because some things weren't getting done on the marketing side. And she was like, okay, what needs to be done? And he gave her this long list of things that needed to be done. I said, just let her have it. And she handled that mug, man. And and my baby is real good when it comes to that stuff. And all the marketing you saw, the news, the outlets that covered the event, bloggers, everybody that covered the event in some way, she was responsible for getting them out there to get that done. And I was just like, and she only did that, and she only had 2 months to get that stuff done. Man, wait till next year. Y'all gonna see some amazing shit come out of some things that I'm
Derek
bragging
said
on my
a poopy
baby.
word. Derek said a poopy word. I heard it.
I'm bragging on my baby. Yeah, but she killed it. She killed it, and she only had 2 months. But getting back to the YouTubers, we had Rodimus Primal out there. He had a blast, and he was very grateful for coming out, man. And shout out to him too. And then we just wrapped that up with the Realm. And no, we had Diecast out there too. I'm sorry, God, I almost forgot Diecast. But yeah, man. And then Chris and Jose came in. Dust was gonna do it at first, but he was like, nah, I'm gonna wait to the Realm. I'm gonna wait to the Realm panel. But Chris and Jose came in and represented, and that panel just went off like a champ, man. It was just great. Everybody that was fans of theirs, they got to come and see him in person and got to hang out with him, talk to him, ask questions, all that good stuff. But yeah, go ahead, Ricky. You talking about the YouTube?
So I have to shout out Jose. Like, I have to show that dude love, because that panel, from an audience point of view, was going one direction. It was going, this is my channel, plug. This is what I talk about, plug.
Well, honestly, that's what it was intended.
I know. I'm not saying that's a negative. I'm saying that's the way it went. And then Jose got the microphone, and he started talking, and he said, it's none of that. It's family. It's us. We're here because of y'all out there. And from that point forward, the whole entire vibe of the panel changed. And being in the audience, and I'm sitting around looking and watching and listening to people talk around me, the vibe completely changed. Like, all of a sudden they were all involved in it. It's like, okay, we're cool. Like, this ain't, hi, my name is Bob. I'm on Monday nights. I talk about Transformers. Now it's like, hey, my name is Bob. What do you love about Transformers? Because I'm here because you're here. You know what I mean? Like, it changed the vibe. So huge shout out to Jose for redirecting that. Like, it wasn't even like a forceful redirect. It was very natural, because it is true. It's very much a truthful statement, especially coming from the Realms end of it. It is very much has been set up and run that way from day one. It's about everybody else. You come as a fan, you stay as family. Like, that's a legit thing. I've been to people's weddings. I've been to people's houses. By the way, all y'all, I put these here dick beaters all over that Maja case you see right behind Derek's head right there. I put all of it, dude, all over it. So, like, it's different. It's not the same thing. And another thing that I found out that I thought was stupid cool, and I'm not going to dox him too hard by dropping names or anything, but I did find out that Primal, you know, he's from up north. Like you can hear him talk. He's like
he's
New
from
Jersey,
Florida,
New York, and no, he lives like 15 minutes from me.
Yeah,
like, he lives around the corner. So I'm gonna like hit him up and try to get up with him. And Oscar lives here too. And I don't live in a huge town. Like there's a bunch of people all of a sudden. I'm like, damn, dude, how the fuck you find this little dink ass town I live in over here?
Right.
But
and unfortunately it worked out with him because his sister lives up in Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, and I asked him, could he come out? I was like, was he interested in coming out the Botcon? He was like, what you want me to do? I said, I want you to sit on the panel with some YouTubers. He was like, well, I can get up there and, you know, I ain't got to worry about my hotel because my sister lives there. I said, all right, well, come on through. He was like, all right, cool. I'll come on through. And without hesitation, man, he made that happen. He made the travel up there and then just came up and just had a freaking blast. And you know, he hung out with the Realm at the hotel as well.
Mm-hmm.
So man,
but
shout out
super
to
cool. Hung out in the lobby. You know how the Realm does. We just hang out in the lobby.
Yeah, everybody hung out with the Realm in the lobby.
Then
whether they wanted to or not.
Then we go fuck with people in their rooms about trying to buy their CPAP machines. Like, but we started in the lobby. That's how that went.
Yo, I actually want to show y'all something.
Oh no, you don't. I'll tell your wife.
I mean, I'm gonna give the hotel a little bit of credit. They let us sit there in the lobby all night long, drinking. They had their own bar open, and we still had our own bottles out there, our own beers. Not a word said.
I was going to their bar getting ice in my cups, and they were cool with it. They're like refilling my ice.
Whatever.
Yeah, they don't care.
Shout out for them for letting us hang out all weekend long.
Shout out the dust vacuum in the lobby.
I don't know if y'all can hear. Let me know if you can hear this. But I wanted y'all to hear this real quick.
Is this like a table read?
This is the table read at the Cyberverse panel. And I shout out to Jesse who made this clip for me. I was like, yo, can you get this for me?
Volume will play, but go ahead.
Let me see.
Yeah, I don't know about Cyberverse. I hear it.
I can hear it.
Yes, the Cybertronian realm of collectors. Oh my god.
Did she say realm of collectors?
That. Yes, she did.
Yeah. They added that to their script reading because they was filming the vibe from the Realm of Collectors, particularly her, and they wanted that added. No, Jesse added that in so they can include that in. So if the entire thing is on YouTube, and shout out to Ben from Ben Yee, my dude Ben Yee.
Yep,
he recorded most of the panels, and if you go to his channel. He's posted he's still posting up panels up, but he recorded most of them so y'all can be able to see them. But if y'all want to check that out, and that's like I think it was like the 13
I saw him
mark
and
in.
I saw him and got to meet him and talk to him for a little bit too. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. But yeah, man. I mean, it was
that's so badass. She said Realm of Collectors. That shit's fucking awesome, dude. I hadn't even heard about that one, so that's new for me too. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You say Cyberverse, I'm all the way the fuck out, but that's cool as all get out.
Yeah, I mean, we're sitting here reliving this stuff, dude. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking back all the lobby stuff and all that stuff. It was such a great weekend.
Oh, so before we move too far, I promised y'all a story before I had to step away for a minute. So, Rock Party. The beautiful, beautiful Miss KJ Sparkles and Chan were running door duty. And putting up with my shenanigans, going back and forth to smoke and drink and do all my crazy nonsense. Well, at one point in time, this gentleman I know now is a guy named Joel, and this other dude who looked like how shall I put it? Oh, a homeless version of Axl Rose is like standing there at the door, and they're trying to come in and Shannon, KJ are asking them, they don't have their wristbands on, which by the way were the cool things. I'm gonna have to reach out to KJ. I hope she has one that's not destroyed. I'd like to add it to my collection. I gotta ask her if she had any leftovers. Get the Realm faction logo. I thought that was pretty cool. They didn't have one, and they're like, well, I'm so and so and I'm such and such, and one of the names, like, it sounded vaguely familiar. I'm like, I don't know, you don't got a wristband, whatever, dude. But I'm thinking, cool. I used to be a bouncer at the clubs in Tampa. I'm like, this is about to get real fun up in this bad boy now. And then one of them goes, can you go get Myra? And as soon as I said, I was like, oh, they're with Hanny's people. So I go over to go get Myra. I'm like, there's some people at the door asking for you. She's like, really? I'm like, yeah, they mentioned you specifically. And so she gets up and she starts walking across. And so she goes, oh, yeah, that's Joel and Scott McNeil. Go on ahead and let them in. I'm like, cool, say less. So I told Shannon and KJ, and they let them in. And then from that point forward, we got to hang out. But at that point in time, I thought I was going to have to like bounce this little dude. And he ends up being some like famous Transformer voice actor that I didn't realize that that's who he was, because his face and that picture that I saw of him didn't quite line up. So I was like, it didn't all click in. But yeah, I was about to bounce Skyfire the hell out of the rock box, man. It was awesome.
Yo, so there's a couple of people that said that, you know, he looked like HBK, and he really does.
HBK if he hung out in Florida for about 2 decades.
Right, yeah. And but yeah, man, like I said, Scott was an absolutely cool dude.
And he ended up being a really cool dude. Like, we hung out with him all weekend. He's sitting outside drinking with us, smoking with us, like really cool dude.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one that Dust was saying that he didn't want to ask him to do the voice. And when the guy's like, I'm surprised you didn't ask me. He's like, well, I wanted to, but I didn't want to make it weird. He's like, I live for that. Like, that's the same guy. Like, the dude was super cool.
Yeah. So just so we're clear. Yeah, Greg Berger voiced Skyfire. Scott was on Beast Boys.
Oh yeah, my bad. Whatever. Relax, Deluxe. Whatever.
It's all
he was
good,
Dinobot, right? Dinobot.
Yeah, he was Dinobot, Rat Trap, Dinobot again, Waspinator, Silverbolt.
Yeah.
Dude, this dude had a check.
Excuse me real quick, because Joe's over here talking shit. So let me call this motherfucker out. If me not knowing the voice cast of Beast Wars makes me not a Transformers fan, I wear that badge with honor, sir.
So you call me motherfucker like it's a bad thing, but there's a supervisor at work and I bagged his mom.
You told me that story, and that's awesome.
Man. Anyway.
I wear that badge of honor well, sir. Thank you.
There you go. But yeah, man, I mean, I'm telling you, we all just had a genuinely great time that weekend. And I tell you, man, I would do it again in a heartbeat.
Oh, dude. Absolutely, man.
I'd do it again in a heartbeat, man. I'm telling you. Y'all thought this year was amazing.
Especially if they keep it in Jersey every year.
Fuck you.
Hey. I mean, I ain't got no problem with that, you know, but, you know, because of where it was, because I'm telling you, I hit that because Sean and I was walking around the mall the last day. We was there until Monday, and then Monday we walked around the mall, was checking everything out, man.
To see that Toys R Us in that mall.
I went shopping for my wife like on Sunday. I called her on like video chat. Was it Sunday or Saturday, Eric? I don't remember, but I like video chatted her. Yeah, and I just walked off. I told him like, hey, I'm gonna go spend time with the wife. Like, I video chatted her, and she was like online looking at all the stuff that was in the mall, and I just went shopping for her while I was there.
Wow.
So like it's cool. Like we want to line up to like bring the kids up there. Like, it was so much. Like, my biggest negative
we were talking about too. We was talking about bringing the kids up to the mall.
The shuttle service, like not having the ability to get back and forth, was a negative, and that hotel. But if we're going a year from now, maybe a year from now, that hotel will be a lot better, you know, than it is.
Look,
right now.
I've stayed at worse hotels, so
amen.
I need to
a lot worse. I mean, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. I mean,
I've definitely skated.
I mean, I didn't have brown water coming out of my sink.
Right? Yeah.
I didn't have someone's initials carved into my headboard, so you know, they did not have good food. It is what it is. Most hotels don't have good food.
I just told you
when it's just when it's hotel food. So, you know, Yard House was really good. When we went to Yard House for lunch.
Yard House was great. I went like
really
2 or 3 times. I love that place. I found out there's one in Orlando, and I'm definitely going there again.
Oh yeah, that burger was.
Oh, dude, that burger was on point A.
Yeah, and there was about 12 or 13 of us that were there for lunch show.
So did y'all
14 of us.
And dude, they were on it. Like, all the food was out within about a couple minutes of one another.
Yep,
all the apps were out about the same time.
The biggest negative was the bill splitting thing. That was a pain in the ass.
Hey,
It was.
did y'all
It
hear
was.
about?
But he took care of us.
Did y'all hear what happened with the shuttle situation?
Yeah, the actual shuttle that they had, they ran it at 9:30 and 9:45, and then
No, I'm
not
talking
again
about
until
how it resulted to that. So the shuttle service that they hired, the guy that ran it, he died. He passed away a week before Botcon. And so they couldn't get organized and get everything together. And so because the thing was, the shuttle was supposed to run every hour to and from the hotel and the mall to
But
drop
thoughts and
off
prayers
right
to
where.
him and his family and loved ones. But that
Yeah.
hotel had 3 shuttle buses sitting right in that parking lot that
Right.
I could see every time I went outside and smoked. So that's
So they
no
ended
excuse
up
for them
going.
not having a shuttle.
So they ended up going through the hotel, which we didn't contract through. It was a separate company. So next time, if we have that situation again, we were talking about doing a third party shuttle service, not directly directly affiliated with the hotels and all that type of stuff. We're just going to do a third party one, and that way they can get
I'm
permission
gonna
to
tell
go
Hanny
from the
I want
hotel to the
only-
I want a
location.
party limo.
The only recommendation I would
Said
make to
party limo.
Hanny is next time check the NFL schedule if you're doing it that day,
Yeah.
and make sure there isn't a
Yeah.
Giants game that day. That's all.
Actually, I would
Yeah.
take that back.
Jets.
It didn't really affect us that bad, and
Well,
I had fun watching them idiots do.
That's
stupid
because
shit
when
in
we
the parking
left.
lot.
That's because when we left. That's the time when we left the hotel. We got
Mhm.
lucky. There were people who got caught in a lot of traffic,
Mhm.
and if
Mhm.
you remember, we almost got caught in the hotel. I mean, in the it was Friday, I think.
Mhm.
We almost got caught in the parking lot because the gate broke, and we were in Eric's car. I was getting
Oh
ready to
my
get out the
God,
car
dude! Like it was
and just
crazy.
lift the gate.
They only had one
Wow.
exit from that motherfucker. There was no other way to get out of there. You could only go out one direction, and both gates broke. And then people
Oh,
were trying
damn.
to back up into each other.
And we
It
were
was
just
nuts.
stuck there for about a good
Damn.
20, 25 minutes before they finally got it working.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it took Jason P was riding with me, and thank God I had him shotgun because he was hanging out the window to get us over into lanes at that.
We've
on the
mentioned
Saturday
Jason P a
game.
couple times. I want to say hi to Miss Stacy. Hi, Miss Stacy.
Hey,
We ain't forgot
Mr.
about you
Hey,
either.
Stacy.
But like he was hanging out the
Hi,
window, and he's like,
Stacy.
this was one woman, like we saw her at Botcon. He's like, hey, can we come over? Can we come over? She's like, yeah, I guess. I mean, what? But but like it's all four. It was like 4 lanes going into one single exit lane onto 3, I think, or whatever it is, and
It
then
was
that
nuts.
merged lane was also the exit lane for the next thing. Dude, it was nuts. It took us an hour to go half a mile.
And shout out to Ash Bailey. I'm not gonna dox him, but I got to hang out with him at the Rock Box, have some drinks with him, had some drinks with him in the lobby. Cool dude.
Yeah,
Super cool dude.
He's absolutely cool. But Hanny did the last panel, and he did basically a Q&A.
That was
and
cool.
The beautiful thing about that was he took a lot of kudos, but he also took a lot of criticism too, and he took it like a champ, and he took it like a
I
pro.
think people kept saying corrective criticism, and I looked over him a couple times. I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up! Like it was unnecessary criticism.
It was
stuff outside of his control.
Because people kept saying constructive criticism. And he was
constructive
like, I don't
criticism.
care.
It was a little hot outside today. Like, what the fuck is Haney gonna do with the weather? Like, why are y'all complaining about this?
Are you serious? Somebody was complaining about the heat?
Not the actual weather, but it was
no.
stuff outside of Haney's control.
2 things. Like I said, the 2 things I would only recommend is make sure the AC is working in the panel room for everybody because it gets a little hot in there.
Yeah.
And there's no game. Do it on the day. Make sure to check the Giants schedule that day.
Right.
And you're good. Like, I mean, everything else, like, it's all my. Look, I have never been to a show convention where things are absolutely 100% perfect.
Sure.
Perfection does not exist. It is not a real thing. Nothing's perfect.
Right.
And
somebody actually, and a couple of people have actually mentioned the date of the event, and then Hanny was talking about doing like a
early June or July. Yeah.
Late June or early July, like early July after the 4th.
Passing the 4th, yeah.
Yeah. So, because
so
that time is back to school. Back to school season.
That panel with Hanny, and I'm gonna tell you all this like in confidence that
We should stop broadcasting real quick.
Yeah, like I don't know what you're talking about confidence.
It's not
live
bad.
on air.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Like we're
It's
live
not
on
bad.
air.
It's
What are you
not
talking about?
bad.
I'm gonna
It's
tell
not
you this
bad.
in
I understand
confidence.
we're live on air. There's a big red box that says live with numbers right above
Other
my
corner.
head.
Other
Relax.
corner. Point to the other corner.
In my corner, it's fine. That is one of the reasons why I was late to the airport. Was I wanted to personally walk up to Hanny and thank him and talk to him for a minute before I left, and I was waiting for that to end, and those idiots kept going on with the silliest of shit. I'm like, this person said corrective criticism. I think Derek shouldn't wear a black T-shirt on air anymore. Fine, cool, check that box. The very next person, it'd be cool if other than black, Derek wore a blue shirt. I'm like, dude, the last guy said the same fucking thing. Just move along. You can spray paint that dog turd all you want to. It's still a dog turd. Y'all are just saying the same shit over and over. And I'm like watching the clock. I'm like, I gotta go. I still have to get back to the hotel, get my bag, and get to the airport. But I wasn't leaving without talking to him. It was worth it to me. But some of those people were just a little too much.
Yo, boys.
Hey, it's my second favorite marble.
What's going on?
What's up, dude?
Hey, did the wife ever go back and find the skating rink?
I don't think she did.
So, Andrea, let me explain something to you about Miss Marble. She is a lot stronger than she looks. Okay, a lot stronger. I went to walk by her, and she's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" And she just kind of put her hand on my chest. And, I'm like, "Whatever, I'll just walk back." And then she flexed and pushed, and I was like, "Holy shit, she's strong as hell!" Like, that shit was wild. She had to put me in my place a couple times.
Let me. I'm gonna give Scott a shout out right now too, because I needed something in particular in one of the panels, and I needed a flash drive because I couldn't find my flash drive. And I was just like, yo, I need to go get a flash drive real quick. And, but my panel was literally getting ready to start in like 15, 20, I think it was 15, 20 minutes, if I remember, Scott. And Scott was like, no, dude, what you need? I said, I need to get a flash drive because, we got to put this, we was putting the panel together. We was putting the slideshow together. And I needed to transfer it from, Sean's laptop to my laptop because we were using my laptop for the thing. And it couldn't airdrop for whatever. For some reason, we couldn't get it over. I said, no, let me just get a flash drive and get it. And then Scott was like, yo, what you need? And then Scott went to Best Buy and got a flash drive for me and brought it right back. And then I was like, dude, I got you. And he was like, nah, don't worry about it. Dude, I still owe you, I still owe you for that flash drive.
But look, the universe circled it back to him.
See what I'm saying? But that's what it's all about,
That's
That's what I'm talking. We've been talking about that all week. The way we operate for each other. It's family.
Mm-hmm.
We don't just throw that word out loosely. We literally live it. This is who we are, and this is what we do.
Say less. I got you. Like that's just how it works.
Yeah, and I couldn't be more appreciative of that. And everybody just showing their love and support just by being there. I mean, y'all could have been just hanging out. And here's the other thing. Most of the Realm members, they could have been just hanging out at the hotel all day and not come to the event at all. Every last one of y'all showed up. Everybody showed up. Everybody got supported the event. They came out, either bought weekend passes, day passes, or whatever. Y'all came out in droves and showed up every day, and I couldn't thank y'all enough for the support that we've all given to Botcon this year and last year and the Botcons to come, man. Because I'm telling you, this ain't the last one. And we're gonna show up for every one of them.
Just so y'all know,
one of them.
Derek said I get to help next year. I'm putting that on the internet.
Well, that'll be the last one.
So he can't back out. So he can't back out now.
Well, we're shouting out things like
I love to have you, man. You already know.
We're doing shout outs real quick. I want to shout out Logan cut out. He's out of service again. He may try to hop back on, but anyway, I want to shout him out because he was he was kind of quiet. You can tell he's just kind of that easing in. So we snatched him up, brought him in, and Jason P and I went up to a room. He saw a mum raw that he was like really interested in. Didn't get it because he's flying back. He's got to repack. Blah blah blah. Dude, Logan went up and bought it
and shipped it to him.
Wow.
Yep.
I tell you,
Wow.
I've been going to these cons since 2005, and I stopped going around 2015, 2016, because quite frankly, like any bot you can find there can be found on the internet. All the panels been to over the 10, 15, 15 years I've been there. We came for one reason, and that was to hang out with the community at Realm of Collectors. That's why we were there.
That's what's up.
And let me tell you, like him, like I give Scott crap because it's funny, but this dude was like, literally, is like, hey man, you might drink a little bit. You want to eat some of this stuff? Like him and his wife had ordered in food. He's like, just eat a little bit, just put it in your stomach. You'll be okay. Like even still, like, you know how I get. And like, he was still looking out. He's like, hey, you want those one? Okay. You better now? Cool. Let me have a drink with you. Like, he was drinking my Jameson because it's amazing. Jameson is the best drink ever. So, like, I do appreciate you. I bust your chops and all, but I do appreciate you, man. Like,
you wouldn't be Ricky if you weren't busting my chops.
Oh, not never, bro, not never. It's never gonna stop.
And if you ever offend me, I know what I need to do. I just stick Henry on you.
I'll be like, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Say less.
Like,
say less.
That's all you gotta do. Yes, ma'am. Like she thought I said something and went straight preacher mode on me. Like I was like, whoa. Not what I was saying at all. And she's like, okay, I thought that's where you were going. I'm like, I'm sorry. That's not what I meant at all.
Shout out to the ladies that represented us and, kept us together, kept everything cool and all of that, KJ, Chan, Andrea, Sean,
Miss Sean,
Siobhan, and all of the ladies that that come out, Stacy, to come out to support the spouses that we do this. Stacy, did I miss anybody?
Before you moved, you mentioned Miss Stacy. Jason was talking to us, and he was saying this is the one thing that I love about this group is Stacy is very introverted. Now I want y'all to think of the Stacy we were hanging out with at Botcon.
Yep.
The opposite of introverted.
Yep.
She's very introverted, but she's very comfortable around us.
She is.
And
she really
she's
is.
She's very happy. It's not weird or crazy or anything.
No,
super
Stacey's
cool.
great.
They're great. I love Jason and Stacy. And Jason already knows I'm working on my cop uniform right now. So I got an invite to come up there, and it's happening, brother. It's happening. Joe, you're gonna have to be the hard hat wearer guy. I don't know, construction
worker.
Yeah. Third Jameson and Coke. You see how big? Look, y'all know how big my head is. Look, I'm good.
Hey, shout out to Chan for making all them cookies, dude. Y'all know that I used to be fat, dude. I had 8. You all know I watch what I eat. I'm like
I watched you eat a bunch of them,
dude. I ate 8 of them. 8 of them. Dude, I had, oh my god.
Hey, I just want to say thank you to all of you guys who shared pictures and the videos and the live streams, everything that was going on under
Put both your hands up where we can see them. Now keep talking.
There's no cup. No cup. No cup. No,
hey,
no, I had to do that name for you, Rick. That was for you, man.
I'm mad that you didn't. You put your hand up one at a time, and not both at the same time.
You ain't spilling nothing. Well, you ain't fooling nobody. Ain't no splash out coming out of that cup.
But nah, Lou, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I really wanted to sincerely say thank you to you guys who shared video, pictures, everything that was going on during Botcon. Because, I know, for me, who couldn't make it, and I'm sure there's a ton of others who couldn't, who really appreciated that, because it did make us feel like, at least we got to see what was going on and be a part of it in some way. Especially, those of us who ordered rock boxes and had them mailed to us. And just, getting to see the excitement of the actual party. It was great. And, I appreciate it. I'm sure others do too.
Indeed.
Shout out to the Realm and the Jackal Squad with this year's rock box.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely fucking mind-blowing.
The
rock party, the open bar. Thank you guys for all that you do for us. I hope you know
we appreciate all the work.
Highly, highly appreciated.
Absolutely. Thank y'all.
Yeah.
That's great.
Before like it feels like we're winding down. So before we dip out, I do want to give one more shout out, and that's to my brother. He drew me this picture.
Oh yeah,
He knows how I am about Soundwave, and
Bring it over a little bit.
He did a G1. He did a G1 Soundwave, but with the animated rat bat that becomes a guitar.
Yeah,
he was just doodling it when we were walking by, and I was like, "Dibs," just halfway joking around. And he saved it for me, so I do have to give him a shout out on that. That was great artwork on that.
Was he an artist alley or something?
Yes, he was. Brandon
Oh,
McGinley. He was right next to Loretta,
Justin and Lynette.
Okay, yeah, I've never met your brother, so I don't know.
Yeah, bearded guy. We look nothing alike. He's half a midget.
And shout out to Brandon too, because Brandon not only set up his stuff, he helped set up.
Then he was
most
helping
of the
set
room.
up the Botcon stuff. Yeah,
yeah, he set up most. He set most of the room too. So shout out to Brandon too.
And a lot of people save stuff. This is the thing. Our T-shirt came in when the rock box. I saved my label off my box on here, as like an inside gag between Pinkerton and myself. He said, because I literally the Sunday before Botcon, so Botcon was Friday. That Sunday, I reached out to him like, "Hey, look, kind of made it happen. Coming." He's like, "God damn it, Ricky! They already had my stuff piled, like ready to be shipped." And he's like, "Now he has to switch over to me to pick it up." So he actually wrote on my thing. It says, "Damn it, Ricky." Like so I saved the label off of it. He's like, "Didn't you do this shit in Nashville?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's tradition." So I sent him, the Fiddler on the Roof tradition thing. I don't know if he got that reference when I sent it to him, but I thought it was fucking funny. And like Eric was saying, big shout out to everybody. Y'all know I'm a big fan of like the little behind the scenes stuff, like the little background stuff. This cracked me up almost as much as staring at that the box that our ollies came in. There are so many little nuggets. Like flip the box all the way around, top, bottom, sides. There's so many little jokes and inside things that you've heard over the years just buried on that box. It's crazy.
Buried on that box. Dude, when we were putting the rock boxes together.
JD's artwork.
We're putting the rock boxes together.
Like JD's artwork was so great. I was standing in line with Pinkerton. He was picking up some prints from Simon Furman. He got a number 70, and he saw Pinkerton and I were both wearing his shirt, and he started telling us how much he loved it. Like he loved the homage to the number 70 cover, and he thought it was super cool and all that. And I think JD actually got a signature of Furman on a 70 cover and of the print from this too. Which is super cool. Like he wasn't a dick about it. He was like, "Oh, you can't fucking do that." Like he was just super cool and loved it and signed it and thought it was really cool. So, echoing what Eric said, shout out to everybody that had a hand in that rock box, had a hand in the rock party. Made it super welcoming to everybody, and it was a lot of fun. And like I don't, it's got to be some kind of record, but the extra ollies that they had left over, the gummy ones, 19 minutes they sold out when they went live on the 31st at 8 p.m. 19 minutes completely sold them all out. It was crazy. So shout out to all you guys who bought them too.
Yes, sir.
I have an orange and purple myself. If you have a clear, hit me up, because I had one online, but Derek swooped in and stole mine. I watched it happen. I was like, "God damn it," because I know Sanjay would have traded with me.
Yeah, I was sitting next to Sanjay when it happened, so it was just like
I ain't gonna hate Derek for being faster than I was. It was right there.
When we were
I kind of felt bad that I got what I wanted, because I would have definitely traded you, man.
When we were putting them together, Brink's like, "What if someone gets 2 clears? What if someone gets?"
Nobody's gonna get that.
And Pinkerton was like, "It's never gonna happen. The odds are so small. The way we did it, blah blah blah." He goes, "If we did it," he goes, "I'm done. I'm done." That's why when Sanjay's like, "I got 2 clears," you saw him take off his shirt and head out the door, dude.
Yeah, like he walked out.
Yeah, I looked at Brink and Brink's like, I was like, I think Brink worked out I think he said it was like a 0.9% or 0.89%.
Yeah, he had the actual number. He broke it down.
Of what it was, and I was like,
less than 1% chance for it to happen.
You gotta love those data guys.
Esteban, we're glad you got to enjoy it too. I really hope to actually get to meet you and the wife in person one day. I don't know whether to be on the West Coast or on the East Coast, but I hope to meet you soon, brother. Like I really do. Glad y'all got to enjoy the coverage.
But all right, guys, we are going on 2 hours here. There will be a unbroadcasted hangout. I will drop the link. I will drop the link in the Realm Facebook page. I want to thank all you guys for coming on tonight. Shout out to the Jackal Squad. You guys are great as always.
Love y'all.
And I will, as soon as I
we'll
find
see y'all
out,
next week. No, we got.
Yeah.
Let's
Hey,
do
yo,
our
if
quick
anybody going to New York Comic Con this year, hit me up.
Yeah, we got Monday nights ETR, Wednesday nights alternating Shelf Gravy and figure banging. Every once in a while they do something called "Do You Even Transform?"
It's every
bro?
other Wednesday. Oh yeah.
And like right out the box or something. And then every other Friday we have the Realmhattan Project. We'll be here next Friday with an actual show, not a hangout. That's it.
All right. Good night, everyone. Love you.
Say it with me now.